President Uhuru Kenyatta today unveiled a new plan on county restructuring that will see county commissioners and other government officials at the county level take up a leading role in implementing government policies. Speaking at the Kenya School of Government, the president said all government officials will be held accountable to any failures in their respective dockets. He warned that those who fail to perform will not be spared, saying the time for blame game is over. The president further instructed county commissioners to ensure central government policies are adhered to at the county level effectively. We're now joined live by my colleague Sam Ogina with more on this new directive. Now, Sam, what are we expecting after these new directives by the head of state?
Well, the directive in fact take place as 1st of June this year. That's when the directives will be being enforced. And remember that the county commissioners have been given the mandate by the president, a presidential delegated powers to represent the national government at the county levels. They've been given all powers that even a president can have, except sacking of officers at the county levels. Now they will be in charge of course, security and peace. They'll be in charge of maintaining cohesion in the counties, of course, making sure that educational levels are adhered to, making sure that even if a teacher is absconding duty, they should be aware of that, and also to relay this communication to the respective line ministries. And also the county commissioners have been tasked to ensure that all government policies are actually implemented at the counties and be the spokespersons for government at the county levels, relay the presidential speech during government functions. Those are the functions that, just some of the functions that the county commissioners have been tasked. Now remember that probably the county commissioners now become quite powerful people in the county, being the shadow presidents in the counties, probably rekindling memories of the 90s when the provincial commissioners were actually the eyes and ears of the president. Well, also there was a policy on decentralization of human resource that has equally been launched here at the Kenya School of Government. Now, what this does is that it empowers cabinet secretaries to be in charge of their respective ministries. They can actually hire and fire if anyone is a rogue or frustrator, works in their respective ministries. Then the cabinet secretaries have the powers to fire such individuals and also hire people that they deem are quite competent to undertake and forward the government agenda as it were. Well, the president was quite categorical that failure, because now power has been decentralized, power has been given to individuals. Failure to perform, then there's no excuse for you to be fired, because you have all the power, you have all the mandate. Then there is no room for you to fail in executing your mandate that is granted to you by the president and also the national government. Also saying that now what needs to be done is just to transform government administration, as it were, so that brand that government has been branded, that actually civil servants are out to fleece the citizens and Kenyans, as it were, to acquire services from government departments. That should be a thing of the past, should be history.
All right, Sam Ogina, allow me to jump in there. You have spoken considerably about the amount of power that has now been transferred to the county commissioners. Is there any word from the president on, one, how this will be regulated, who is going to be checking and balancing the said power, and secondly, how does he plan to make sure that this is effective across all counties?
Well, Edith, remember that this will be done in conjunction with the Public Service Commission. The Public Service Commission is the one that actually drafted the policy, also including the line ministries, that is the Ministry of Interior and the Devolution Ministry, that were responsible for drafting the policies. Now, the president has warned that the power that one has been given, if they abuse such power, then they will face the full force of the law. That is, they will be punishable if at all that amount of power is executed unfairly, or if someone is victimized just for the sake of it, saying that now power should be used prudently to effect government works, to see that each and every policy that has been outlined by government is actually followed to the latter.
All right, Samugina, one final question before we let you go. You did say that the president said those who do not adhere to these policies will not be spared and that they will be shown the door. How sure are we that he's going to take his word seriously, given that people are already saying there are people in his cabinet who are not working, who are still in office?
Remember, Edith, that recently we saw the president, the office of the president, that is reshuffling people from because of corruption allegations. Now, what the president here says is that now that there is a policy framework in place, now it is to move forward to see that if you are not competent, then you'll be shown the door. And if someone is competent enough, then those will be the people responsible to take your positions, as it were. Now, you should remember that the president actually was speaking off the cuff. He had a speech that was written to him, but he didn't use the speech. In fact, he actually was responding to some of the questions, to some of the concerns that were raised after the policy frameworks were actually unveiled. So he was just responding to the concerns and questions that were raised as pertaining to this policy framework. That probably undernoting the kind of commitment the president has. Also, remember that the president has been quite, if I may say, quite keen seeing that government agenda is moved forward, quite keen to see that corruption is weeded out from government departments, saying that corruption cartels should actually be destroyed. And he started that within his ministry, that is the office of the president, by trying to reshuffle people just to break those cartels. Now, with the framework, the policy frameworks now in place, then it means that is a step forward, because now there is actually a law guiding maybe hiring and firing of individuals. Edith?
Well, thank you very much, Samugina. He is coming to us live from the Kenya School of Government, where President Uhuru Kenyatta, as you've just heard, has unveiled a new plan on county restructuring that will see county commissioners and other government officials be responsible for governance at the county level.